Okay, y'all. So, this is the next part of the undrafted journey. A little freshen up, a little. It's not that I'm people, people stereotyping who I am, but I don't really play games. So, when I figure out this don't work and I figure out that don't work, I go on to the next thing. And then when I figure out I can't go on to the next thing, that's where the real definition of savage comes from. And I guess because I was the generation before it, people started trying to munch like that. And then moochers try to call themselves savages. But what's happening in my undrafted journey is he puts the word war and war room. It's really a war room. Literally, right, y'all? Right? Uh, okay. So it's a situation, a simple situation for somebody that's that thinks like me, but it's not simple. It's what we're not understanding is we're looking at my life as regular. We're going to matrix my life as regular, and we're going to complain about my life as regular. And I'm supposed to still be shivery in a non-shivery world like this is regular. So, obviously the people are having a problem with the understanding of wanting to be. It's like people are saying, and I'm not trying to quote this. I want it to stop echoing in my atmosphere. He's he. Everybody holds a certain brainwave to intelligence, so they go, he's so smart. And if we think he can checkmate these things, then I don't even want to say what I'm about to say. But in the end, my journey to my undrafted journey is different than everybody's, as we see. As I collected everything to know that I had to handle it. Oh shit, I just heard that shit again. And I'm not gonna remember this asterisk or something. So obviously I want people to tell me who I am instead of escalating the situation. So that being said, people are trying to escalate the situation, but in the end, it's only to start a certain another situation. But what I want to do on this draft video, as in my eyes, like I said, I've figured out that if I think I'm gonna get help, I have another thing. It's not do you think you're nice. It's not do you think you're good enough to make the league, you have another thing coming. It's none of that. It's if I think I'm going to get help and being that great, I have another thing coming. The wrong people are in the check and balance at the right positions. And the right people are in the safest positions. So going through a situation like that, hey, we used to watch movies, or we'll hear as a kid, we'll see the echo in the atmosphere about what the mafia does to people. It's pager era, so that's really the situation. People has got a cell phone, called up their buddies, and cadence talked, illegal cadence talk, and gun pointed people to make this why other people got drafted. As NFL Network was just talking about Ricky Williams. So, you know, that's a funny thing about 1920 NFL to 2023, and when he got drafted and when he played, which people say he was. So, you know, the joke. Okay, so back in the old days, they didn't make jokes like that. But then, you know, like I said, as I started coming up and people started holding their brainwaves to, I don't want to make incompetent jokes. I want to be able to keep my ego and joke like certain athletes do. So when I meet them, right? When I meet them and I end up with a mic to them and I go, yeah, this is, so, and it really hit this 2023 draft. Because as I could tell, I don't know if I said it before, but I could tell this draft is full of people. As I pull my hair out like a cheetah, like I said in the video. I don't know if I said it, but yeah. It's full of people being like, I don't want to be embarrassed by those analysts. Like, that's not funny, you know, because people as kids, or me as a kid, as I can be an example, we try to gather everything we can say, you know, and then the parent goes, no, you can't, if they're wrong or right. And that's what gives the kid their evaluation to grow up. Right. So what happened with 2023 draft was kids kept hearing about class 2016, 2017. And they thought that shit was hilarious. That the momentum of 1920 died. But then it scared them because when there was other jokes, like when there was other, as kids coming up younger from that draft class, either born or when there was younger jokes or adults joke, you know, before that momentum, they knew what was no-nos. So when that drag had anything around that happened, and they saw their parent wanted to joke, like, ha ha, whoever I'm talking about, right? Start speaking in third person, motherfucker, or some shit. I'm like, jeez, I'm speaking. So they came up with a consciousness knowing, as long as they respect that, nothing can attack them. So it caused attitude to their parents, and also just like I said in general, but me as a kid also, what we learn is the whole world's a gambling thing. It's all, no one, like, my world was in a momentum to always get better, knowing, okay, maybe I do this will make better parents, not understanding it's an attention span in general, and people was drugs. So that's what I'm saying. What's happening on TV now when it comes to analysts is they're not talking about, like, you know, what the party life is outside. It used to be, aha, you got caught in the party life. That's your fault. Now they're like, look who was a drug back then. You know what I'm saying? They're calling it out when it used to, it's just like, you got caught in the party life, that's your fault. Like I said in a video where I was saying back then you could do. So now they like, look at what it was a drug for Ricky Williams, you know. And he was a good running back, staying motivated off of that death and resurrection on the God surveillance. You know what I'm saying? So then kids not want to be flamed because they want, everybody's a intelligence seeker to their attention span. So after they didn't ashtray, baby's brain is like a vacuum. Everything they need to know not to be scared in a world that's not like I said, literally, like, it's not like that for them. And then anybody else if it becomes like that for them, they're signing a contract if they got the skills, or, getting help, something. While I'm just going through people being like, when it comes to a certain level of people, the matrix they will talk to me like. So, and I'm not using the word matrix in a way to represent the movie Matrix, even though that can be a great example. I'm using matrix in the way to represent foundation. So, dialect slang, platform. So, that being said, because y'all got to understand, the stuff that I'm hearing from the TV, somebody that doesn't like, because I want all mine. It's not a joke, as a kid, is like a baby's brain's a vacuum, because it's like the saying, leave off of where your past life and your ancestors. So baby's mind is a vacuum. And it's like you hope that your past life and your ancestors, if you're not the oldest soul, because I just want to literally. So it give you the when you're born, your brain's a vacuum, and we gotta understand the world is dangerous. So it's not like, I don't know. But maybe, obviously, maybe for the oldest soul, not because I was only speaking, I can speak in main perspectives, but the comprehending. So because that's a big train of thought to learn as a kid, that you had ancestors. So when you learn about if you're a kid walk around and you knew the life history repeats and the world's a rabbit hole, you feel me? You see that life is just its own void away from the void brain, the vacuum your brain is as a baby. But in the end, when you what I'm trying to say is, what did people fathom from my brain? And that's weird as shit. You know what I'm saying? That's so fucking weird for me to be a baby, and that's why I call myself those aliases in my music, because that's what that means. And then I seen it on movies, so it really made me feel alone in the world. So I never wanted people to feel that alone, because in the end, it doesn't matter if you're the oldest soul or not. You know what I'm saying? That, if you the old, that's very lonely. Like, But it made me, I felt alone in the world, but happy that I could not, it wasn't a choice thing. If it was a choice to be alone, because, that's how the movies depict, like, the, like, the person stuck up, fucked up, because this is the biggest thing that I try to explain before. Let me see, because I'm not trying to elaborate this like this. Yeah, so nothing, we don't get nothing from the news but retaliation. Learning about the world came from directors and their mafia debt. So people could tell what the director was kind of thinking. And then, like I said, there's a lot of 2016, 2017 draft momentum where they didn't want to look like something in a certain momentum wave. And I, as a kid, that's how much I took as a void. I never did not fit in. I always was the cool, come talk to me, collected kid. So when people stopped talking to me, like when people started like saying Zemaine will understand instead of chilling with me and making me understand, I knew people looked at me as a comedian. As a comedian, or he came from Adam's rib, like I be saying. Like, as a nurturer, as someone that's gonna, get back with them when I finish what I'm doing. But I didn't make it obvious what I'm doing. It was like a Beto, how they talk about restaurant, Beto or Dong. So it's like I'm just coming to school or I'm going to somewhere and I have a whole different glow. And it's like, that's none of your business. You know what I'm saying? I didn't, but people like, this man will understand. You know what I'm saying? So that whole situation became the platform of me understanding a lot of more things. So like I said, so people will see I'm business minded. I'm very business minded. I'm the bullet catcher for my family. And that was a big that start space and momentum and stuff. Like when Pirates of the Caribbean came out, and people started looking at it. They looked at every Caribbean, but I seen the movie or something. So, and there's more movies, but like I said in the song, but it that come together, and like I'm saying, so that was the momentum of Stu being drafted regular. Then it started falling off. Then the check and balance, I think I said that too. Like people, yeah, about TVs and stuff, and then new technology, and if the movies with flying cars proved that we was going to be in a world with the flying car movies were saying, and I guess Alien, I want to say, but really just flying car movies really explain we're going to be in a world where there's going to be a drastic fall off from peaks. And that's what happened. We got a drastic fall off from peaks. We got a drastic fall off from peaks. And, the momentum of intelligence has to fall for after. From the inventors, Donald Trump only called a curfew to make sure people didn't get sick. But then the next president is pushing COVID like it's chicken pox, and it's not. So that was a big fall off in the air, which, like I said about the difference of 2017, people are laughing and ridiculing who cares, which is what happened is people got in jobs not understanding the mafia is going to work, but then out of fear, understanding the mafia is going to work. So made sure they collected a health bar to be on the balcony. Because in the end, the way movies came out was to tell us the intelligence that's in the atmosphere. Like I said, you didn't get that out of the news. We didn't get educated from we didn't get educated from how the world worked exactly from school. We got educated from how the world worked from movies and TV shows. And some people attention span grab the wrong thing, which movies already kind of talked about that too. So the situation is, like I'm saying, from that momentum of the fall off, you would get drafted because the mafia don't play that way, or they will make you mafia, and we don't want to make you mafia. You know what I'm saying? That was the biggest energy before 2017. Like, you would get what you need, or we will have to make you mafia. We will have to give you that hospitality and we don't want to make you mafia. And it'd be like, that's a promise because it's dangerous. It's the military, it's the military, it's the suits for the military. So, so then the situation comes where, people was like, oh, it's okay. That I know it's dangerous. And they'll try to find a job where someone might attack them, and they won't be mafia, but they got the hospitality, and then that, like I said, that started calibrating for different things to 2017 draft, and obviously other years around there, and it was a whole prestigious. People are in the wrong positions to from channeling their brain waves, because people be like, and might be like, oh my bad, I didn't mean to pass gas, and they did mean to pass gas, or sabotage, do something that's not needed. So that being said, as people are listening to a wave and are remembering right in reverse of the multidimensional world, this was anticipated to happen. So that means the code red, the code red of what's happening. Because I'm going live and on my social medias, and my momentum hasn't died. Like, who I am, like, we gotta understand, I was known as a prospect, and as a kid, I was known as a prospect in high school. I was known as like that boy. How you gonna hold up that kid prospect? And it's exceptionally held it up, as I talked in my last video about the classes I had. And now I'm just sitting here, literally. So it's just that it's a whole danger consumed, so we can still act like that fall off of respect didn't happen, and it did, because like I said, so parents laughed with their kids, and the kids knew what they was laughing about because they wanted to be known as adults too. They could see on their face, they could see on the parents' face their eagerness not to be less than the last class of parents, and the kid they was not to the hearing about the baby geniuses in the air. And that causes kids to be like, well, I already know I'm not going to be like that. I'm going to admit this now. And what parents, things. Oh, no, I just want to sit on tea. So, so kids went to high school, because I don't want to use the word battleship. I guess I would use tic-tac-toe. Because that's what makes me, that's why I made skit about this draft. And I'm talking, like I said, 2023. So, that being said, as I want to get back to explaining my senses, but I just want to break it down to the understanding of the kids that came out the draft past 2017. Because, that to me, every other sport is simplistic. It's simple. Can you do this? Can you do that? Okay, we'll pick you up. To me, only, yeah, I'm not gonna bring up another draft, but y'all know the other one that people talk about because of the skill set that it brings with gravity. The hard gravity sports. So the situation is, kids went to school on the balcony. They, this is where the bread comes in. So how kids felt safe talking to their parents, hearing about, oh, I'm not going to want to be that anyway. They went to school, changing their mind. They went home, taking off their parents, because the parents would have never talked to them that way. But it's too late, because they go to zoos and don't like the way animals look at them, and then the mafia says that's your fault. No one told you to buck on us. We're not bad people, as you can look at the every animal in the zoo, and if they're not that mature animal, they're eating their food like that's your fault too, but laughing, but not, the kings of the animals of the jungle don't play that way. So they're not going to play that way if you don't understand the city is still part of the jungle. So, if people ever wanted just to understand their emotions, and that's another thing where it's like, I guess, a veil over my eyes, but they know I have the brain channels, they know I have common sense, but the attention span to give me that common sense to see is the matrix I'm talking about when people come talk to me. So kids are coming back from school, and they talk to scouts, and they're confirming, they're admitting how they talk to scouts, right? They're admitting how they talk to scouts. Parents want in on that, can't get in on that, and then saying, well, you can't treat another kid like that. And then going, well, he's not a kid. Or, man, and growing up, and then, getting drafted. Because obviously the downfall of 2017 can't be that big in the next year unless they already was anticipating somebody, and that's illegal. So that's another slate that is why I'm videotaping my undrafted journey, and I'm getting down to the philosophy of the background noise that everybody knows. I'm not going into All right, most people don't know this. No. Thank God for that cafeteria of knowledge. So we can just go, all right, it's a food for thought fight. You get what I'm saying? It's yeah, they're just slinging information, and yeah, we don't need to be here no more. Yeah, they're like, no, I'm gonna stay in the cafeteria. What you gonna do? It's like, well, that's that's the opposite of the Matrix and the check and balance. Um, there's not a lot of authority outside of what scared people at certain moments, right? So people can be in the cafeteria throwing their food for thought, and then you can tell people are out the cafeteria when they start being more with a kinder gesture. If they was in the cafeteria throwing their food for thought, and how bad it was we didn't need, when any food for thought is not needed at that moment, because it's just gonna let someone throw more food, like you throwing vegetables or something like that. So the situation comes about as my senses are not on this linear. I'm scary. Okay? I have sharp senses. Because, that was the biggest scouting report on me. Now, do I have the body to pertain? And that's, you guys hear that? In which I will asterisk and put a motherfucking smiley face. Nigga. I'm gangster. This is a fucking smiley face. So, the whole thing is, it was always known I had sharp senses. Because the joke was, and that's why when people try to tell me about Georgia, I'm like, do you know how I was joked about? And like, so I said, I go by those aliases. And when people are like, oh, you gonna talk about, he's not gonna make it funny or make us talk about. I'm like, no, let's not talk about it. It was a rhetorical question if you was gonna approach me like that after I try to be like, I know, So the next thing was, would I get the opportunity to prove that I have the attention span, the skill set? Yes. But the situation was, like I said, you don't have a big drastic downfall from 2016 to 2017 and 2018 without people anticipating you or that momentum of people. So what happened was, athletes were still great, at that time, because athletes was growing up from the 4-year class in high school. And, so we had the 4 years before 2017, then we had the 4 years after 2017. You know what I'm saying? And so, we're out the 4 years from 2017. It's taken a drastic fall off. People are playing, on the balcony. I don't even want to bring up the games, but it's just simple touchdowns, and you got to clean that up, or because if an undrafted person comes in or is in a situation away from the whole gathering, you get what I'm saying? or someone matures before you, we're gonna lose this game because of emotional ball. And that's what the league is. It's full of people that go, I know that, I get that. It's simple. That's what it's full of now. It's not stacked. It's not Peyton Manning stacked. That's the best way to put it. It's not Tom Brady stacked. It's not Peyton Manning stacked. It's not I don't even want to bring up any other names other than those two. Though that's the best examples to get in there with, because it's not first overall stack like Peyton Manning, and it's not almost Mr. Irrelevant. So, because people, like I said, the brain channels and how people would want to. So, situation is, people was talking about the number one shadow baller, which was talked about before brain channels, like I said, and then somebody consistently gave that vibe for years and years, and like I said, then got laughed at because they knew who it was, and it was like, wow, like the page you're going off and you knew what you did. So and then people understand their parent won't have the best for them, because not every parent has the best for someone, excuse me. And the normal, how can I get help from programs happen. And you can't go Zamaine, you know what I'm saying, ZAMANEWARD, you know what I'm saying, right? As I'm the only one that can write my name down like that, right? And say you didn't do nothing for the get. Yes, I did. I did exactly what 2023 did. That's why I made a skit about. I did exactly. And what did I did exactly. I ain't gonna get that joke. Y'all tell y'all brain channels off when it comes to those little things. So it becomes funnier, I guess. I don't know. But I did exactly what 2020. What did 2023 did when they was in high school? They heard of the number one shadow baller. I guess I didn't, even though it's consistent. And they wanted witness protection from the number one shadow baller. They didn't trust no one else. Listen to the draft class talking up now. So they didn't trust no one else. They said their parents is lying about who got drafted before that opportunity for obviously the number one shadow baller got to be drafted. And it was like, y'all use Mr. Cookout too. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't called number one shadow baller back then. He was called Mr. Cookout, but he was still that. So so then, kids was like, yeah, that's not no lie. You know what I'm saying? It was like, it felt like they stuck it to their parents. And it was like, what? That's not a joke. It's like, they're younger than, what you mean that's not? First of all, nobody in his class will make those type of jokes. People was being kids. Only Mr. Cookout as a kid wasn't being a kid. And y'all was trying, and y'all, you feel me? It's karma. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's not a joke he would have made. And we're saying just be a kid. And y'all knew he couldn't be a kid, so y'all was really telling him to die. So, that whole, so then people people got drafted, and the draft class, they laughed at, oh. So, because, and that's where, like I said about literally, and because people knew number one shadow ballers favorites was people that would have drafted them, or and then you just a friend. So then that's where Hollywood went. It went to try to stop anticipation of consistent rings without playing him, without not without drafting the right people against him. We know we draft the right people. Drafting the right people while the person's in the league, not people be on the balcony and he's a troubleshooter. It's like boxing, right? And so if you can feel someone shadow balling, boxing against you, you're gonna try to eat them up in the shadow balling, in the telepathy. You're gonna try to, and then see them and be like, oh, that wasn't real. You know what I'm saying? Some people's like, fuck that, I'm gonna wing it. That's probably why he didn't get in the box. That's scary. Fuck that, I'm gonna wing it. Oh, shit, he saw me. So, but I think he rests. So, that being the whole understanding that the whole platform of scouting and knowing what he sees on the field just needs to be translated. People said, let's make a whole Tesseract box so he doesn't have to use a teleprompter. Is that a telegraph? Or an overhead. You don't have to go to NFL Network or ESPN and be like, and do some homework when they over there like, all right, and this right here, and it's 11-on-11, and everybody went against this number one shadow baller. That's what making the number one shadow baller, because obviously the number two shadow baller, or 3, 4, 5, 100 might not have that, but they have the facial expressions that I can beat you. You get what I'm saying? So when they playing and it goes hut, like I said, people got drafted, like I said about 420, people got drafted when they could see they can beat somebody. People got signed because they saw they can beat somebody. The number one shadow baller is getting bullied out, unbullied this, like I was saying, and it's causing a humidity control to surface from the facial expressions oversaturating the brain, trying to hold in, okay, he doesn't exist, and they do know he exists. And like I said, so it's like a Telecaster on the field. So I think to the number one shadow baller, no one's wanted it to be Darrelle Revis and people like that. But it was just a simple, Darrelle Revis is nice. And they're like, what? Darrelle Revis can't guard Randy Moss. And then they like, oh, wow. So you can guard Randy Moss? And number one shadow baller just like, I didn't say nothing. All I said was Darrelle Revis. But they read their facial expressions and said, you're glowing. You're cocky. You know what I'm saying? They read they cocky and can't be cocky. And they said to make someone uncocky is to be cocky too. And that is not how it go. If someone's cocky with someone cocky, they have adrenaline to try to do something or even lose off of that because they're like, oh, you're cocky too. But when you have someone disciplined, because the robbery was just an example, you know, and someone's just trying to argue as a coach, but people don't want to hear that type of coaching. They call you cocky. So the number one shadow baller is walking around, and it's a whole visualization on the field, like the number one ranked team against a sorry team. You get what I'm saying? The number one ranked person that's built up a little platform, and they're like, okay, we know he's going to at least run like this much, or you're going to do this or do that. You know, you got to prove you can do that first, even if it's on the screen. Even if everybody's psyched out and coaches, shh, what you mean he already has a position? What are you talking about? Y'all said, we did not say make Zemaine anything. We said Zemaine works hard. Oh. Maybe I'm in my head. Yes! You just told us to stop being scared of Zemaine. No! You's a grown man. Look at you. We two kids. Talk about he in our grade, so we shouldn't be scared. You's a grown man. You made it worse for us. We got there, walk the corner, and be like, okay, that kid scares that guy. No, we going everywhere. So it caused a childish friction. As I said, don't ever write my name like that. Shit, I tried. It caused where adults never grew up and was like, yeah, who's scared of you? I hear it. No, that's bucking. No, the fuck it is not. And if you do that to my kid, I will make sure the military mafia and everything that stands for every kid get treated right gets you. Right? That's what y'all say. But if I say that, it's premeditated. Oh, no, you won't. Well, remember when I wasn't that big quality known and it wasn't quantity? What did it? Oh, my bad, ma'am. My bad, sir. But for me, oh, no, that's childish and illegal. So people are going, no. I want to use the Telecaster so I can know I'm a win. Mario John 23 will call those type of people out. That's why they think they more prolific than like I said, Jazz. BCAD, you know what I'm saying? So that being said, it should have been second nature for me to because it's like this. This is what I knew as a kid, and y'all tell me if I'm wrong. And that's why is this all these politickers undrafted last rounds and first to third rounds Okay, so undrafted usually means, like I'm saying, they talk to you, but there was too much quality and quantity. So undrafted usually means too much quality, because I'm a comedian. Too much quality and quantity. If if everybody was trying to win and everybody had great sportsmanship, being undrafted could just mean too much quality and quantity with, jokes, right? Or it can mean indecisiveness on the skills. But in the end, and tryouts. So that's okay. So tryouts mean you fell under the radar. You fell under the radar, and you have to use the satellites to get seen again. You get what I'm saying? You might have said you like the sport, but you never put your head in it to be in the quality and quantity. So, you say, I'll still try out, I work out, I just go to the gym, I kept it quiet. You try to be a secret. You get what I'm saying? That's the worst that tryouts can go. Okay, undrafted means quality. There's so much quality and quantity, and there's indecisiveness on your skills. That's where I fall under. Okay, number one, I'm ranked somewhere. So when I see that shit, that's why I think it's me. So last rounds could be the problem of quality and quantity, but the shuffle of picks. So the shuffle of picks will cause who they had on their, they still want to get who they wanted at that time. As you know, I bring up coaches' sons that know me, because that's just simple. So and then also shuffle of picks. Really, that's really what last rounds would be. Shuffle picks and quality and the quantity. And cheaper. So trying to make someone cheaper, which all these can be, causes that situation of last rounds. Now, first and third is child prospects proven. So that's where the politicking goes. Child prospects proven. Because you just gotta do 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Out of high school, because I'm paused so I can get that last echo of showing the politicking in the atmosphere. Prospects proven on child prospects level. Obviously, luxury pick, if we want to get away from saying child prospect proven, you feel me? It like manners is there, work ethic is there. That's because 2023 really put it together. Like they could, it's about work ethic. Not what they can get out of you, Because, boy, I drafted you just high. You know, that's not a luxury pick. You know. And, let's see. This, let me put one more thing down for one first three. Because, you know, there can be many doctors, but you're not going to want the doctor that just said, I have my diploma. You're not going to want that doctor. You're going to want the doctor that goes, hey, how you doing, ma'am? And you can see on their face, they're scared. They so fucking scared to fuck up on the surgery, they ain't going to fuck up. You don't want that person to be like, I know he ain't going to, I knew Dr. Chevelle wasn't going to fuck up. You don't want that doctor. You want the doctor that, hi, I'm Dr. Chevelle. You get what I'm saying? So, that's why I don't want to put down resume. Because, like I said, 1920 to 2017, people, like I said, they taught with this scout child prospect proven. So it's had a drastic downfall. So it's really tryouts started early. And, you know, there's a lot of WWE going on, but it's illegal. So now people saying you don't know who I know type are going to court without going to court like certain people didn't have to, and are helping that way, then saying, you got to go to court. So like I said, literally, you feel me? And then like, well, why you trying to do this and you ain't trying to do these authorized things that are illegal too. You know what I'm saying? So for first and third round, it's child prospects proven. Prospects proven on child prospects level that has been proven in luxury picks. And I guess I can leave it at 3. And last round, I can give multiple stuff, but it's not about being clever right now. And last round is the shuffle of picks. So you might get a child prospect proven because they want to stay on their momentum of how they know that like the class would listen, you know, when they go in the film room. And they're cheaper. Like the child prospect might be able to drop down to them because they're incisive on the skills or etc. And prospects proven on child that's where prospects proven on child prospects levels usually go in third to last rounds, because you know they can politic the indecisive on your skill. And then that, like I said, from 2017 and people anticipating what they're trying to laugh about. So now, because you know what we're saying is I never had the argument, or I've never put the argument full circle. So you're just trying to go, that's illegal. No, who are you talking about? No, come on. Sir, we do this, we do that, we do this. And then when I'm about to talk, you know, no matter how quietly I try to talk, and they know it's right, that's me going, how does taxes work? So, that being said, for whatever I watched before I turned on this video, we know I stuck it to the man to save lives. But then the biggest thing is where people thought I was going to bring up earlier in the momentum was all this known and no one could write my name like this. I already said, I was like, that would be crazy if someone in the XFL from Las Vegas goes to the Las Vegas. I said, that would be so crazy to me if a Las Vegas Vipers get someone. I mean, Las Vegas Raiders get someone from Las. I said, that would be the most craziest, don't tell me you know about football thing ever. Because obviously, Dwayne Johnson gave his story. No, he's the owner of the XFL. About he wants to give every kid that wants to play the opportunity. So he's got them going, I want to, yeah, okay. I'm going to still say it like that. I want to give, I'm going to still say it like that. Anything else? Oh, I'm still saying it like that. I had an opportunity, what this man is talking about is, Warren Sapp knew I was better than him. But it's it wasn't on that big ass sporadic quantity thing to no, I think it was, but back then it was like I said, like he was saying about the 1920 momentum and to 2017. Now I see what it was because of 2017 or wherever you was gonna go, but so I always hold it dearly. Oh man, but that's another story, right? Yeah, I'm still saying it. So so I feel like for that momentum, I think a lot of people in the league will feel that way too. Some luck or something. They sacrificed not over trying to step on people's feet to make sure a baby, because you could feel a baby in the trenches. So that's what really made the role models back in the day, and kids grew up trying to still be on that type of role. Some people just like, me, that's not in my character. So it's just but yeah, so yeah, okay. So I like to say, like I said, like he's trying to get the exact words, but we sat me down and I said what I said, okay? And y'all can smell what the rock is cooking. But yeah, so I'm just giving that because that's the platform people was playing for. They wouldn't be able to go back out and play in the XFL without that whole type of initiative and person that understood everybody deserves a chance. You can't go, you're better than me. You would have been a luxury pick if they didn't bully you out of the first round. You would have been a last round pick because you're cheaper, and you wanted to be cheaper. So they would have tried to politic you that way, and then the shuffle of picks probably would never work on you because they think you a bitch. So so. And then so you probably would have went undrafted how bitch they think you is. Well, that ain't all of it. They think you so much a bitch. Where's the tryout, right? Yeah. I'm just gonna say it like that. So the whole so the whole goddamn that just broke down literally, So that's the situation on undrafted journey part 7. And I'll probably go a little longer just to get out. They didn't, but what's worse is what I was talking about, because North America, I think Canada is the only part of North America, because United States is the mafia, but everybody's indoctrinated in the United States to try to national debt what slavery is and cause their own indoctrination. So But if you go to another country and you show how prolific you are, and you can show and you can sustain yourself, or you have family members that, so he's like, yes, I already have family members, but you was too lazy to build for them to the next countries, you know, you won't be looked at as nothing big. So because countries use witness protection, for lack of better, entrepreneur witness protection, for lack of better words. So being that silent recommendation, you know what I'm saying, number one shadow baller, it's not hard. If America uses brands instead of the lack of better words word, and anything for not the lack of better words, it's very obvious, because like I said, as a kid, as I was they used to talk about kids in the news, and that's when I was Mr. Cookout. So number one shadow, it's obvious y'all not trying. It's obvious not trying to make it obvious. So you get what I'm saying. So I fell under the radar, but where's the tryouts? Because I know when I'm somebody that don't go somewhere when I'm not wanted. I'm not somebody that go, everybody deserves a chance. So I'm just waiting for it to glow. I am wanted. Do y'all get what going to part 7? Do y'all get what all my parts? If you watch all of my videos, you will see I haven't been in the gym yet, because as a kid that was not fair to be treated like that. But we're adults now. Oh my goodness. So at least it's understood. It's understood in my eyes. And all, fuck it. I ain't it. It ain't real. Go find someone else to do it. Right? Y'all, right? I didn't work all these jobs. And when I get barked at for doing all the right things, but, oh, you have an excuse to not be the manager? Yes, you didn't make me the manager. I don't want to hear that shit. What can I do a hardship and use the... No! And you know what that was, what I was talking. So you know what I'm saying? So that being said, the whole situation is people get mad at me for being able to overhelp. And like I said, as a kid, they'd be like, oh, well, go be a kid. And it's just like, that's a baby genius joke. That's like me sitting at the desk and they're going, he's still a kid, but he's the owner. But we can be like, we can just yell in the air and be like, oh, what is this baby doing here? So let him just show us the money. And then when he shows us the money, we'll go, but the problem is, I'll never show the money. And that's all it is. all it is. And I'm on the balcony. That's all it is. If they thought I was showing the money, they would have been like, hey, kid, yeah, Las Vegas, yeah, you own Las Vegas. No, come on. You see, look, come look at the cameras. See that? Yeah. That's real. You keep the words short and everything because they try to do their own. What you want to do? Uh-huh. Go get them. And you seeing the kids like, yeah, you need to go get him because he was just attacking them people. Attacking them people. You're such a genuine kid. So, he still keeps his money, though. We do that. So you, okay. So come, look, you see, it's another thing's riling up. You see that? He don't look like he gonna lose his control, though, does he? No. Nah, I don't think he'll lose his control. So, and he just won some money. He had a great head on his shoulders, didn't he? Yeah. Yeah. See? Smart. Keep it short, right? So, the thing is, these people, if I put this filter on, is the heat wave filter, I'm not going to put it on. It's going to make you smart. That'll make it too obvious. But the thing is, they're trying to rob. You see, they're trying to rob the place. I ain't never thought about robbing. You know what I'm saying? So, we gotta protect. Because we see like, what it is, what it is. So that's what they would have did, and then I would have been like, they try, Harry Potter. That would have been my Harry Potter story or some shit. So then they're like, you can make a lot of money doing this. That's what we need you to do. So, and then they be like, well, I don't need you no more. I'm like, what? Yeah, you came here by yourself. What are you gonna do? That's what workplace has been doing, and that's what they've been trying to do with my biggest old economics. Map me out like that, but they know I'm a goddamn. Yeah, I see that. Like he could have made so much more money. I'm just a kid. No, don't think like that. Don't think like that. So, I just stir up my little boat. You know what I'm saying? And just, we adults. What you say? We're adults. Go get your money that you was promised and protected for. And it had to be in no one's back. It was too lazy to make the type of money I'm trying to make because I don't know if I made it yet. Oh, you don't know if you made it. Oh, you don't know if you made it. What was that? Oh, you don't know if you made it yet. Oh, that's all you said? Do I look like I act like I made it yet? Hey, you started mumbling about me. I didn't mumble about you one time. That's all the world is. And, I'm going to defend myself. Who else is? And that's, you know what I'm saying? And that's what my fall off was. Oh, he gonna defend himself. That's illegal. So like I said, so Las Vegas Viper went to Atlanta. Or is going to training camp in Atlanta. You know, from that whole momentum story from Las Vegas Vipers going, that shit too loud when the Las Vegas Raiders play. We can't play that dumb. And all the draft picks that came from Georgia high school and came and stayed in Georgia because they ain't trying to. And then, yeah, hey, how you doing? Well, you know, and these, you know, so you know, because you know what I'm saying. That's beyond me. Like I said, literally. So that being said, it's not a waiting game. It's an up game. And these niggas don't trust a thing. And consistency of cool make me boring. And I waiting for my energy to be snoring. It's not a waiting game. It's an up game. And these niggas don't trust a thing. And consistency of cool make me boring. Yeah. That's checkmate. That's checkmate even at this in this era. But you know, all we gotta do is wait for time to delay, and we can go back to him having to sing. It's not a waiting game. It's an up game, and these niggas don't trust a thing. You know what I'm saying? So Nigeria. Y'all ain't gotta know about. Y'all ain't gotta know about my aliases, but it's simple. Me not on a team is illegal. Me not being able to walk outside and go to a gym and chill because the joke is, why the fuck you think you should be picked up? And I'm going, I agree. You're going to say, oh, I agree. I agree. What? I agree. I know that's just, he's just mocking. Why y'all stalking me? Like, leave me alone. He's just gonna leave me alone. But I don't like when he does it. This is illegal. So, that being said, for part 7 on Undrafted Journey, as the from trials undrafted last round, 1 to 3 round, the front office has fell off exponentially of how they used to draft. I guess because they couldn't tell Ghost was walking around. I don't think when the draft start, because 9/20. So whenever Ghost, they felt like Ghost was really walking around, it fluctuated draft picks, and then when Ghost really could be drafted, you know, that's the exact prompter, telecaster, and then obviously they already knew. Oh, no one shot about. So, you know, I just wanted to make people know we're talking about the NFL. And how much time are we out? The NBA don't make no sense. Not even a little bit. I talked to lawyers on my last video. Adam Silver is a lawyer, so he should have got the rebuttal, the check and balance from the bar. because I was just thinking about it. I was 16, almost bench press. Like, niggas was bench pressing what I was bench pressing and weighed 200, 180. My school lame as shit. Y'all by lame as fuck. I only weighed 145, 150, and into, oh no, he does 20 more pounds than you. Well, he weighs 50 more pounds than me. Got 10 more pounds. You should do more than 100 more than me. God damn. So we got down whispering to someone that gets to sneak in to get to a gym. Not because he does illegal shit. Because, oh, here he go. Oh, here he go. What? Oh, here he go. Oh, you talking about me following you. And you're like, oh, no. He does 5 more pounds more than you. And I only weigh 145, 150, 155. Doing 205 like it's nothing. Doing 280 like it's nothing. Doing 300 like it's nothing. Because, I don't feel like getting to the... and then figuring out what my weight... But it was higher than that. I never let my arms heal up and have my whole goddamn extension. So I just want that to be known as I was a child prospect, proven because of it. And they're like, oh, you don't like him? Well, sign here, sign here, sign here. I don't like him, but I ain't stupid. And we'll see what we can get from there. Because, like I said, the NBA don't make not even a little bit of sense. Michael Jordan, Kobe, Isaiah Thomas, both of them. But we know which one I was talking about, right? We know my favorites without me, and because I'm the number one shout out. I'm got done going. Crawfish. And then y'all just got them. Oh, you talking about Jamal Crawford? I'm not giving no hints. So to have an atmosphere of not giving hints. So I need to have people talking about first of all, I can't even talk on the phone with family. But I'm not a proven prospect that way or something, I'm not, because that's the number one rule to a family that's stern. I don't want it to sound like I want to kill you. People are talking to me when you're talking on the phone. Call me back. Oh, it's very simple. You guys are going at a speed that y'all normally don't go on. But saying the number one shot baller, I mean, fuck it. I wish he said Zemaine instead of that, because then I would, I'll give it to that alias. Is so if we don't understand the undrafted journey part 7 and how bad it is, but we just don't want to. It's not your job to. You're fired. Oh, is that just simple math?